Vendors at the Bridgetown Fisheries Complex were in for a surprise when they turned up to ply their trade this morning. They found the market closed until further notice. The move left them angry and frustrated, Ryan Broom reports.
Emotions were high at the Bridgetown Fishing Complex here this morning as vendors turned up to find that they were closed out.
I don't believe, but them alone said that the market should be closed today. Is not our fault. They bring all kind of chemicals that kill the mother, take the home. Why should we bear that fate?
The vendors say they were unable to sell any fish throughout the day because of the notice. They are angry that market officials gave them virtually no notice, leaving most of them spending the day cleaning their stalls with the aid of chlorine and other cleaning agents. They say while they have no objection to cleaning their stalls, they should have been adequately notified instead of having to read a handwritten notice that was posted ahead of the closure.
I don't come the same morning and put up a notice. That's unprofessionally done. And people still in the processing hall working. They don't have much general workers here.
She can still come tell me, she try to clean up, tell me the store shut down till it get clean further. What more else we want?
Meanwhile, efforts by CBC to get a comment from market officials proved futile as Senior Superintendent Israel Curtin was in a meeting and unavailable at the time. However, market sources say that the closure was primarily intended to instill a stricter cleaning regime at the complex, especially against the background of the recent clampdown by health inspectors at the Barinda Cox Fishing Complex in Oistins. Reporting from the Bridgetown Fishing Complex, I am Ryan Broom for CBC News.
The Barbados Workers Union and key stakeholders in the sugar industry have held a second round of talks on a new 2-year collective contract for hundreds of sugar workers. Those talks took place at Solidarity House. Peter Thorne has that story.
The talks between the Barbados Workers Union, the Barbados Agricultural Management Company, the Barbados Sugar Industry Limited and the Barbados Employees Confederation started just around 9 this morning and ended just after noon. The Barbados Workers Union position at the talks was put by its General Secretary Sir Roy Trotman, while Mr. Leslie Paris presented the case for the BAMC. Sir Roy said the talks were very amicable, even though general workers have some outstanding concerns relating to being paid at the level of NCC workers, a matter that has dragged on for years. Sir Roy said it's a question of how the crop is to be managed transport-wise, the level of tonnage to be hauled by workers, the allocation to individual estates, its effects on work in the field and on the road all have to be dealt with. The Barbados Workers Union boss said stakeholders in the industry have written to the Agriculture Ministry on these matters, especially payment for downtime by workers transporting canes to Portville, the sole factory operating this year. Sir Roy says the BWU has to satisfy itself that whatever arrangement is agreed to for payment of the workers is written into the collective accord and there's no uncertainty about it. In this regard, he expects another round of talks after sugar industry officials hear from government on the matter. This year's sugar harvest is slated to start on Monday, March 17th, is set to last 16 weeks, and is expected to produce just under 18,000 tons of sugar. Peter Thorne, CBC News.
Peter, thank you. Government's move to strengthen the business sector in Barbados through a national policy on small business is timely and could see the more efficient operation of several agencies who've been mandated to support the sector. Leader of Government Business in the Senate, Senator Maxine McLean, told the Upper House that legislation does not only regulate and drive business, but provides incentive as well.
So the notion of a policy, I rather would say a set of policies, those do exist. And as such, I think one has to be very careful when you look at that. In addition to the issue of policy relating to the domestic sphere in which which government does business, Barbados, and this is not again new, Barbados has been part of a regional effort, and therefore, for example, we also are part of initiatives which not only address domestic concerns but also help us to address regional and other concerns.
The Association of Public Transport Operators has formally received correspondence from government informing the group of its intention to remove a fuel subsidy come next month. Interim Chairman of APTO, Maurice Lee, says the letter from the Ministry of Energy notified him that the rebate in fuel, which has been in place since 2008, is being cancelled. Lee says there are issues in the letter which he must address with this committee, as he provided an insight into the fuel subsidy.
Because it relates to the removal of a rebate. Now, the fuel that we get from the Transport Board is two-tiered. It's a two-tiered structure. There is a rebate on the fuel, and then there is the excise concession as well, the excise tax removal, which the two are applied when you purchase the fuel from the Transport Board. The correspondence only speaks to the removal of the rebate. The rebate is an 8 cents rebate, but the excise tax is a 20-cent imposition. So I am writing to get clarification on that issue.
Well, what appears to be a dead whale has washed ashore at a beach on the east of the island, and it has captured the attention of many residents of the area. The marine mammal reportedly washed ashore at Ragged Point, St. Philip, yesterday afternoon. It was first spotted by a group of men from that area.
Just yesterday we were doing a little surfing, and we see the big thing there, so floating coming in, and we come up, we see and we look down, but we didn't show it, so we went home and show it, and then when we come back up, we hear real come in. So then when we come back up here now, we see there, so right in the washing, it already dead.
Supreme Counseling for Personal Development is standing by its introduction of the Olowe's Bullying Prevention Program in Barbados. Its Chief Executive Officer, Sean Clark, says the program has been in operation for years across the globe and has produced results. The Maria Holder Memorial Trust has come on board with Supreme Counseling in the fight against bullying. Olowe's has been piloted in 4 schools so far and is already a success story.
Our children are buying into the program, that things are happening. This program has been endorsed by the Ministry of Education. I have met with officials there. They are on board with the obvious bullying prevention program. We are training not only the teachers from the 4 schools where we are piloting the project, but we are also working with teachers at other schools as well. We need to get the message out there that bullying is wrong.
Clark says students on the island will have a part to play in highlighting the problem through an anti-bullying campaign soon to be launched.
It's open to Barbados, all students across Barbados, where they are asked to produce a video of 2 to 3 minutes in length on bullying, on being kind or whatever, and then you can send that into Supreme Counseling for Personal Development. It is uploaded on our YouTube channel, and the video that gets the most likes or the most views, that person or group of persons will win some reward. They will get some reward.
And trustee of the Maria Holder Memorial Trust, Colette Newhoff, also believes that education is vital in the fight. She says it's even more important for people affected by bullying to have the necessary support systems.
I'm so proud to be a part of this project because I think that as myself, a victim to bullying when I was younger, it's important to know that there are people out there that support you and that are there to listen to you, no matter how great or small.